Okay, Ralph mentioned I might make a little movie, which just spurred me on. What I have done is created a folder on my desktop and I named it Ralph's Bot. So I have opened my folder and here is the BV bot. I'm doing this as if I was talking to someone who absolutely knew nothing about what they were doing. So what I'm going to do is put my mouse cursor over there and I will right click the mouse. Then I will left click on extract files and then I'll hit this OK and a folder will pop up right there. I click on the folder and here is the BV bot. This is what you click on and it will come up. There it comes. And there it is. Now, the first thing he says to do is click on Play Demo. So I'll click on that, double click it, and then I'll go down here to European Roulette, open that, and we're underway. Okay, now he says to remove all but $50 from the game account. So what you do is you put in the desired amount. There's 1,000 in, so I want to take away 950. So I go 950, and I click here, remove from account, submit, and that leaves me with $50. Now, that's what he says to play with. He says to start with 4 hot. So I click 4 hot. He says to put in the amount you want to win. Now here's where it kind of got tricky for me, because to put in the amount you want to win, you have to put in the amount greater than $50. So just for kicks, let's put in $51. And you have to put 51.00, not just 51. Now what that does, it tells us when this reaches 51, the bot will shut off. Now the next thing we do, we're going to be betting pennies. The next thing we do is you go into this long window here and I put in 0.01. Okay, now once you've done that, you're ready to test and see what the bot is going to do. It should place a bet on 0 and then stop. So let's see what it does. There's the 0. Now it'll stop, won't do anything else. Now you will notice that that 0.01 that I put in went to an RR. If you look right here in that long window, you'll see an RR. That means it's going to bet red until such time as it gets a bet, because on this we're betting 4 numbers and they're called the 4 hot numbers. So now we put a little tick in this box and we're ready to go. All we have to do is click start and watch her go. Now see how it's placing bets on red? It will do that until it gets your 4 hot numbers. And that might take 10 or 15 spins. We don't know. Now I might point out, and I have talked to Ralph about this, I'm using this on my wife's computer while she's gone, and it is a Windows 7. It's a later model, Hewlett Packard. I have an older Hewlett Packard with Vista, and it will not run this program. All it'll do is give you a sign right in the middle of the felt that says you must place a bet before you can spin the wheel. So it's not placing the bet in Vista, but it works perfectly in this one. Now here's our 9, our red 9, red 3, and I can see what Ralph is doing here. He's just using red as a dummy bet, because you're just likely to get as many reds as you are black, and you might actually make a penny while you're waiting for those 4 numbers to come up. Now I have only tried, see, we're just about back to even. I have only tried this one called 4 hot, and I don't know if it was just beginner's luck or just the first time I ever tried it or what, but that thing worked. It hit. There were times that those 4 numbers, one time they hit 3 times in a row. And when you hit 4 individual numbers 3 times in a row, that's pretty phenomenal, I think. Anyway, moving right along. If you look down here, I can't move the cursor too much because it's being used, but right down where you see European, right below the bet board your screen, right where it says you'll see the numbers. being put on a long marquee, a horizontal marquee. So every time a number comes, it will go there. Also, if you look right up there by start, where my cursor is right now, you will see a 25. Well, that's the number that just came. Now you'll see it change to 22. Okay, now there we got our four numbers: 5, 6, 22, 32. And right below it is the spin count. That tells you how many spins have elapsed. So now it's betting, and it's trying to win me some play money here. And I want to show you something about this bot. If you're playing along and you're doing real well, let's say you're really hitting well, or you feel lucky, or whatever the case may be, it's real easy to change your bet. You have to wait until the cursor comes back to start, and then you go right over here and collect the 10. Now watch it, it'll start placing 10-cent bets. Now see, it's placing 10-cent bets. So if you think you're really lucky, the way the cursor comes back, you can go over here and start placing 50-cent bets. And if you get unlucky, you can go back to your penny. But you can do that on the fly. You do not have to stop. I don't see a pause anywhere on this bot that would pause it. Maybe you don't need to pause it, I don't know. But in any event, it is nice that you can change your bet size anytime you want to. I'd like to get a hit here just to show you that 4 hot really. Last night I set the bot for dimes. I put in the $50 just like he said, and I set it to play with dimes, and it won $10 while I was taking a shower. So, and like I said, that's probably just beginner's luck. And these 4 numbers are constantly changing. They don't stay the same. They're not. Apparently, they change according to Mr. J's formula. There, they changed right then. Now this is flat betting. Probably couldn't get a winner now if my life depended on it. Of course, we know 50 cents is way too much for a $50 bankroll, so I'm just goofing around. Holy Moses, we hit one. Look at that. Let's see. That didn't bring us even, though. We need to hit another one to make a profit. Look at that, 2 in a row. What did I tell you a while ago? Did I tell you or did I not? Now look at that. We're at 58.98, and of course that made our. Now the bot stopped. The reason the bot stopped is because I only wanted $51, and I got $7.98 more than I wanted. So anytime you change this bet right up here, I don't know if you'd have time to change this, or if you could change it or not. I haven't tried that. It's probably not a good thing to do. It's just something that I noticed last night when I was fiddling around with it. But there we went down about $25 into the bankroll and made $8.98 total, and of course 2 pennies of that went for the original bet, so when we were betting reds. And I think that's all I know. Now there is a speed down here, this little lever. I haven't messed with that much, but that, I guess this slows it down or speeds it up. I don't really know, but I've worked with bots quite a bit, and it's been my experience that if you run them too fast, sometimes they can skip putting a bet on a number. They just won't do it, and when that happens, it'll be the number that hits. So it's not a good thing to do that. Anyway, I hope that is what Mr. Ralph had in mind. I certainly do thank him for this bot. This will be a lot of fun. This will be an educational tool. This is a great tool for the forum, and we should all be very appreciative for that. Thank you, Ralph. We do appreciate you, bro.